Well, here she is, our 1967 London Route Master Bus, RML 2672. In the last video, I promised you a look round the inside of the bus, so let's go and have a look. I wanted to keep as much of the original bus as I could, so part of that idea was to leave these bench seats in place as you step on the bus, so it provides a nice sheltered area in the winter time for people to come and wait for their fish and chips. Right, next door to the seating area we've got the drinks chiller. Get 75 cans in there, nice cool drinks in the summertime. Then the piece de resistance, the frying range, a Preston & Thomas. They don't make them like this anymore. It's powered by propane gas, and we have a gas compartment at the end of the bus. And it has 3 pans and a chip heater to keep your chips warm. There's the top boxes where you keep all your food warm, and that's controlled with these rheostats. And you control your temperature of your pans here. There's the 2 pans this side, and then I've got some more controllers at the other end to control that pan down there. It's brilliant. It was the most awkward thing to get into the bus. No, jokingly it wasn't, because it's modular. It's the only frying range that actually takes to bits, and can be taken to bits and brought into the bus and reassembled. So that's how it was done. Now this end is where I usually stand. I usually work here, and this is the controller for the fan. That controls the big fan, draws a lot of air, all the steam and hot air up this flue here and out the side of the bus. So that, and it also keeps the inside fairly cool, as cool as possible. Next to the range, I've got this 2-ring hob, and that's handy for doing breakfasts and things at our summer events. I've got a sink here and a work surface. I sometimes have a microwave on there, but so that's this end. I've still got to show you. I'll tilt the camera around that way. Yeah, I've got my monitor up here for controlling, so we can monitor how many people are upstairs if we're working down here. And I've also got my new hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot installed here, because you know we take card payments, and so we've got to have a good mobile phone signal. So I've just recently installed that, because the mobile phone signal around here is not very good. So, and then we've got our sink basin, wash hand basin, whatever. This is interesting because we've got hot and cold running water here. It's on an electric water pump. The hot control is piped up to the Burco, which is the water heater here. This is gas powered, and when we first had it, we used to be working away at events and pouring a cup of tea and another cup of tea and then a coffee. And before you know it, the level of water would run right down, you see. So you'd have to plonk in a load more cold water, and then you've lost your boiling water. So I thought, no, this won't do. What I'll have to do is make it self-top up. So I brought a cold feed from a water pump up to the top there to a float switch, and what happens now is it just goes down a little bit, half an inch or so, and switches the water on and auto fills. So that keeps it all permanently topped up with boiling water. And next to that we've got the griddle here. Now we use this mainly at events and for doing burgers and bacon and egg and all that, but it produces a tremendous amount of heat. It's so uncomfortable to work in here with this running. So I built a cowl for it, including a filter, and it connects to this pipe here. So that keeps everything nice and cool. Right, moving down the bus, we've got the freezer here and the fridge there, and worktop carries on, but there's a little sort of passing place here so we can get by each other, because it's quite narrow in the bus here. We've got the trusty till here. Strange really when I think that we spent a year or two taking orders, writing them on pieces of paper and working out the price and everything. But then when we got the till, made life a lot easier. So this is the window that we open. It's the emergency exit window that was originally fitted on that side of the bus. So we can open the window there and serve customers from there. Then moving along here, I've got my menu sign. That is, I made that from, I've got 2 or 3 of these actually for different menus. But it's got a row of LEDs around the side, and that illuminates the whatever's written on the perspex, or in this case it's engraved on. But it enables people to see right through and see you working behind it. I think that's quite a good technique. Then there's the bain-marie here, 6-pan bain-marie, where we keep the mushy peas and the curry sauces and all that. And below that is our Ebbsbacher cab heater that warms the passenger area in the cold weather. And also there's a trapdoor, which I'll show you in a minute, that goes through to underneath the floor of the bus to the 110 litre red diesel tank which we installed. That's the Ebbsbacher heater, 4 kilowatt. And that runs off the red diesel as well, incidentally. And here's the access plate for the red diesel tank. Don't really need access to that very often, luckily, because the fillet is on the outside of the bus. In line with the LEDs, I've got this fuel gauge here. This is for the red diesel tank, and of course the red diesel is pumped up right, there's quite a bit of tubing going through the framework of the bus, but it goes upstairs to the generator, so I'll show you that now. Here we go. Welcome to Red Bus Top Deck. Same as downstairs, I wanted to retain as much as I could of the original bus, so it's still got everything as it was, and apart from the new generator housing there down the bottom end, and that's I had to take a couple of the seats out to get that in, but all the rest is original apart from the fact that I had to turn the seats around and put some tables in. I've got 8 tables and 28 seats in total. This is the original seat fabric on here from the 60s. Can you imagine the thousands of people that have sat on these seats, and they're still going strong. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the bus. Hope to see you again shortly, either at on the village run or one of the events, or a steam rally maybe. Anyway, see you later. Bye.